Welcome everyone, Simon here from the Whales of Wall Street. Today's video, AllianceBlock, ALBT. I was going to say on the exchange, but it's not anymore. Yeah, this is a bit of a crazy one, guys. So I put up a YouTube shorts last night and I saw ALBT tanking. I knew off the back of the situation with Bonk, or can we call it Bonk? Boink? I don't know, who knows. But basically a massive hacking in the protocol of the Bonk DAO, which has significantly impacted AllianceBlock. We'll go into that in a second. Don't forget to check out the other videos on the channel after this one and smash that subscribe button if you have not done so already. Always covering loads of different topics and discussions. So obviously in this one, I'm not really going to be talking too much about the price point of ALBT. We did a bit of that last night with the short. However, of course, quite conveniently, just before the announcement that came out from AllianceBlock directly to suggest that anyone or any kind of trade after this particular announcement will not be counted towards this scheme that they put in place. So those that haven't heard yet or were concerned about what's going on, so off the back of this situation with the Bonk DAO, ALBT or AllianceBlock have basically concluded that they will take a snapshot, which was a snapshot of something that happened before the attack, and then anyone who's had the tokens, they will basically be airdropped the new token. Now, I don't think there's any information just yet as to if this is a remake of ALBT token or if it's going to be called something else. I don't really know at this stage, to be honest. But all I will say, guys, is always keep an eye out on the official AllianceBlock Twitter pages and social media and any other communication that you're getting from them. Because there's always, when things like this happen, there are always scammers out, guys. Like, honestly, it's so annoying. They'll pretend to be support people, especially if you comment. Even if you comment into the official social posts that have been made, people pick up on it. And unfortunately, there are scammers out there that try and jump on it and say, hey, we're AllianceBlock support. How can we help you? So just please make sure that you just go through this mechanism for information. Obviously, like from us as a channel's perspective, this is a pretty upsetting time for a lot of people, sort of many concerned people out there. But one thing I will say is that ALBT's team, really turned this around quite quickly in terms of getting the information out there, explaining to people what's going on in relative terms, and have a solution in place already. So obviously we're still going to learn along the way as to how we get moving back forwards with AllianceBlock. After all of this, and partners will probably have been communicated to in their own way, in their own private way. I don't think we need to worry about that too much right now. I think hacking and things is part of all kinds of cybersecurity issues across the world all the time, right? It just becomes a bit more apparent in crypto because, one, there's always negativity towards crypto anyway, and anyone would love to jump on that perspective. But secondly, also, the fact that it's still very new. We're still very new in this space. And yeah, of course, it becomes emotional because you're invested in it and you're worried about the money, however much that might be, is essentially taken away from us, or the ability to even trade it or sell it off because we're concerned. So, I think there's a few things for us to think about when this does resolve itself, because you're going to get a lot of people out there that have got the ALBT tokens suspended, waiting for the new one, waiting for the new airdrop. And a lot of people might have been put off significantly about all of this, and they might just sell off. So we've got to keep an eye on this whole situation as it escalates and moves forward, because when we do eventually get trading pairings and those uploads onto exchanges again, you're going to have to expect, it's almost probably going to be like a new token launch in some ways, because you get those people that are like wanting to make the quick buck, sell off, take the profit, etc., and then buy back in or whatever it might be. And you're going to get a lot of people that are just so annoyed about what's happened. It's a bit of a shame, really, because I think AllianceBlock, from what I've been learning in such a short space of time, And we're not experts in AllianceBlock at all. This is a new token to me. It's a new project, and I guess I said at the beginning, like, it's not something I would jump into significantly straight away, and I didn't. I do have a relatively good amount in there, but with all new projects, to me, I always remove as much risk as possible by saying, well, okay, on paper and the partnerships are fantastic, everything about it is fantastic, but you never know what's around the corner with this, So really interesting to see this, but it's kind of covered really everywhere at the moment. The AllianceBlock token plunged 51% after a $5 million exploit of Bonk DAO. The new ALBT tokens will be minted and airdropped to the affected wallet addresses. So keep an eye on that, how that concludes and progresses along the way. But during the Oracle hack, the attacker also minted 100 million B euro tokens. So this is pretty much the wrapped euro token through the Bonk DAO, decreasing their price to almost zero. That subsequently triggered the liquidation of the affected ALBT troves, according to the representative from Bonk. Absolutely crazy, guys, really, that there's people out there that want to do this kind of thing and potentially destroy people's lives, or even just make them emotionally unstable to the point where they feel anxious and nervous about all of this. It's kind of upsetting, really. So thoughts are out there for everyone, including myself, I guess, who have been holding ALBT in whatever fashion that might be. And this is just unfortunately part and parcel of what happens in the crypto space sometimes. It's a bit of a surprise to see it in this instance, to be honest. And it was doing so well, getting up to good prices recently of around 15 odd cents, dropping yesterday back to around 5 or so, 5.5. I think it went even down to 4.5 cents. But I was getting some just before it all closed off. So I tried to get a video out as soon as possible for everyone, and as much info in such a short video that we put out there. But now we've learned a bit more about it. It's quite crazy, really, isn't it? So very much interested to see as well the auditing mechanism. I would like to do a bit more delving into the Bonk DAO. What audits did they have done? What is the exact answer to how this happened? Why did it happen? All of these questions that need to be answered. And it's all part, really, guys, of this transition to regulation, to this transition of next level security that is really required in this space if it wants to take off in the way that we believe that it will. And I'm sure we will see that. So they've got massive partners, guys. Even Quant, for example, is one of the huge ones, of course, out there. But there's always an understanding, I'm sure, at a CEO level and just a general professionalism level of what's happened, and a bit of empathy, I would have thought, would be going towards AllianceBlock right now. But for sure, it's a bit of a kick in the teeth, really, isn't it? So all I want now, guys, is just let us know in the comments below how you've been affected. Of course, we're waiting for more news about the airdrop and everything like that. So let us know what you think. Are you put off by AllianceBlock? Are you understanding, kind of like I am really at this stage, that in business and in new technology and certainly new projects and companies, these things can happen. When you take a step back and you realize, look, this could have happened to any token. It's just obviously if you're holding AllianceBlock tokens, it definitely becomes more emotional attachment there. So let us know what you think. We'll keep you guys updated as and when we can as well. Definitely keep an eye on the AllianceBlock social media accounts, because this is something that we want to obviously keep track of as to what's going on. So in the next steps, snapshot will be taken before the attack, so we know that. New ALBT token will be minted, and all affected users will get an airdrop of the new tokens. And just to reiterate, guys, if you do find any exchanges or anything like that after this announcement went out, which was near enough a whole day ago, you won't be part of this new scheme of replacement tokens. So please do bear that in mind. They will share more information as and when it becomes available. So let's keep an eye on this, guys. It's very, very crazy. And there's probably going to be loads more questions than there are answers right now. So we're in it together. We live and learn, and I'm sure AllianceBlock have learned a few things, as of Bonk DAO as well, and the teams within each of these projects and companies. But I'm still with them. I think it's a fantastic project. I really like the team. I speak to them quite often. So I'm a bit devastated and gutted for them, because they're all really nice people and really proactive people in this space and for the project that they work in. So hopefully this doesn't do too much damage. I think if they work this out nicely with marketing and PR, it could swing around quite nicely for them eventually. But yeah, of course, there's always going to be some people that drop off and are not happy and see it as too much risk, whatever it might be. Understandable, totally. But yeah, let's see how we go, guys. I'm going to wrap that video up there just before I give a quick update and my thoughts and opinions on this as well. Let's sit tight and see what happens. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.